Hi, this is Daryl Meyer from Keller, Texas. Today is Thursday, April 8th, 2010. A very disturbing story I'm reading today, and just almost made me want to throw up. This is out of WorldNetDaily.com. It says, unprecedented. U.S. is bargaining on behalf of the Palestinians. Instead of acting as an intermediary, Obama administration is assuming all Palestinian Authority positions. Says, in an unprecedented move, the U.S. has been conducting negotiations with Israel on behalf of the Palestinian Authority, according to a senior PA negotiator and sources in the Israeli government. The PA negotiator said this, Palestinian guy. The U.S. has been calling for the resumption of indirect talks with Obama administration officials, publicly proposing to serve as a go-between to facilitate dialogue between Israel and the PA. Sources in both the PA and Israeli government told WorldNet Daily talks are underway on a number of issues, including future borders and security controls for a Palestinian state. A senior PA negotiator, speaking on condition of anonymity, said rather than acting as an intermediary, the U.S. has been negotiating with Israel on behalf of the PA, assuming all Palestinian positions and bargaining with Israel from the Palestinian side. Really? Did I fall asleep and wake up in backwards world? What is going on here? How far is our Muslim president going to take us down the wormhole? Okay? This is outrageous. So instead of being a mediator, he's taken the Palestinian Authority's position. He's taken their side. I'm baffled. I'm just baffled. How did this man get into office? I mean, really, is this the change we all were wanting? I don't think so. I just have to say, I didn't vote for the man. Everyone said, yes, we can. We want change. Not like this, people. Not like this. It's not what I want. This just makes me sick. He's taken the side of the Palestinians, and he's making them make huge concessions, and the Palestinians are making zero concessions. It's so lopsided. It just makes me sick. And here we see the whole world coming against Israel. Bible prophecies? You better believe it, baby. You better believe it. In a related story out of Haaretz.com, Netanyahu says Israel will not be pushed to peace, because Obama's trying to push a peace process upon him. I'll read that to you here in a minute. Israel will not accept a Middle East peace agreement that is forced on it by external forces, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu reportedly said in a private meeting today. Netanyahu reportedly told close aides that it won't work and it won't be acceptable if a settlement is forced on us. Ah, boy. Israel would have to retain a military presence along its eastern border with Jordan, adding that any agreement that doesn't allow for those measures will not be accepted. Netanyahu's comments came as the Washington Post quoted senior U.S. officials as saying earlier Wednesday that President Barack Obama was weighing the possibility of submitting a new American Middle East peace plan by this fall. I'm going to read that to you here in just a minute. Let's see if I can find that. Okay, here it is out of Israel Today. Of course, this story has been found in numerous websites. Obama intends to impose new peace plan. He's seriously considering imposing a new comprehensive peace plan on Israel and the Palestinians in 6 months. That would be the fall, I guess. What's this, April? October-ish. He's asked a room full of his own and past presidential advisors what they thought about introducing a new peace proposal. They say, hey, it's a good idea as long as the plan is based on previous U.S.-authored peace plans, such as the Wye River Accords, the Roadmap, and the Annapolis Understandings. You think Obama's going to go that way? I seriously doubt it. He's probably going to try to make them give up Jerusalem and everything. I don't know. It's crazy. Crazy stuff. Oh, here's another story. Gaza terrorists pound southern Israel with mortars. Really? So they gave up land for peace and they're getting more mortars coming from Gaza? Crazy stuff. Of course, nobody's been hurt, no injuries, but, come on, there's people just launching rockets and firing mortars. They need to be stopped. Here's something that just seriously outraged me. The Palestinian Authority this week named a prominent street in Ramallah after deceased terrorist mastermind Yahya Ayas. Whatever. No Joe Smith or Mark Goodwin or... Anyway, this Hamas engineer, was responsible for the deaths of hundreds of Israelis. So, this guy was linked to a number of bombings. He was assassinated by Israel. Renaming a street, though. This location is the new Palestinian Authority presidential compound currently under construction. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office blasted the move as an outrageous glorification of terrorism by the Palestinian Authority. Netanyahu insisted that the international community that is so eager to condemn Israel over every perceived peace violation clearly and unequivocally condemn this latest Palestinian incitement. I agree with you. In another story, Ahmadinejad says sanctions won't deter us. Iranian defense minister adds Israel is no match for Iranian military. Boy, these people, they just like to rattle those sabers over there, don't they? Yesterday, the message I brought, I had some people comment that, hey, you're showing a lot of hate. And it got me thinking that, there are things we should hate. I know you're supposed to love your enemies, love your neighbor. But let me get into the Word and let's see some things that might be acceptable to hate. Okay, let's go to Deuteronomy 16, verse 22. And do not erect a sacred stone, for these the Lord your God hates. Okay, a sacred stone. How about Psalm 5, verse 5? Let's see. The arrogant cannot stand in your presence. You hate all who do wrong. Okay, God hates all who do wrong. How about Psalm 97, verse 10? Let those who love the Lord hate evil. Okay, so we're to hate evil, clearly. How about Proverbs 6, verse 16? There are 6 things the Lord hates, and it goes on to name them. 6 things the Lord hates. Okay, so the Lord can hate, and I can't? Come on now. Proverbs 8:13. To fear the Lord is to hate evil. Alright, how about Ecclesiastes 3, verse 8? There's a time to love and a time to hate. Okay, so I'm sorry if I look like I was hating on somebody. I wasn't trying to. I don't hate people, but I do hate sin. I'm a sinner. And please don't think I'm sitting here talking down my nose at everybody, thinking, oh, I'm this high and mighty Christian. No. The best I'll ever be is a sinner saved by grace. If I had to get into heaven based on the best 5 minutes of my life, I wouldn't make it. Okay? So, thank God we have Jesus Christ who paid the price for our sins that we may attain a place in heaven with God our Father. So, on the other hand, let's talk about love. Okay? Jesus was asked in Matthew, what is the greatest commandment? What did he say? Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your strength. That's the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. Well, who's your neighbor? It's not just the guy living next door. Okay? Your neighbor is just about anybody. How about 1 John 4:18? There is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear, because fear has to do with punishment. The one who fears is not made perfect in love. How about Deuteronomy 5, verse 10? But showing love to 1,000 generations of those who love me and keep my commandments. Matthew 5, verse 46. If you love those who love you, what reward will you get? Even the tax collectors do that. So he says to love your enemies. Pray for them. Let's see. 1 Thessalonians 4:9. Now about brotherly love we do not need to write you, for you yourselves have been taught by God to love each other. John 13:34. A new command I give you, love one another. As I have loved you, so you must love one another. 1 John 4, verse 8. Whoever does not love does not know God, because God is love. Let's see. What else can I read you? 1 John 4:16. And so we know and rely on the love God has for us. God is love. Whoever lives in love lives in God, and God in him. Let's see. 1 John 2:15. This one used to get me. Do not love the world or anything in it. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. That used to stump me. I used to think, well, wait a minute. John 3:16 says, God so loved the world, so why can't I? But this is talking about the system of the world, the system of man. Don't love that. It's okay to love the mountains, the trees, the lakes, because God made them. Don't worship them. Worship the one who made them. Let's see. What else do I have time for? Luke 6:27. But I tell you who hear me, love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you. 1 Peter 2:17. Show proper respect to everyone. Love the brotherhood of believers. Fear God. Honor the king. Listen, love your neighbor. God bless you. Good Lord willing, I'll see you tomorrow.